Most missing person cases begin with someone leaving home and never coming back. This one begins with the phone call. On the night of May 13th, 2008, 19-year-old Brandon Swanson was driving home after celebrating the end of the college semester with his friends in rural Minnesota. It wasn't a wild night. Brandon had spent time with his friends, and sometime after midnight, he started driving back home. Then, his car went off the road. At around 2 in the morning, Brandon called his parents. He told them he had accidentally driven into a ditch. He wasn't hurt, and the car wasn't badly damaged. He just needed help getting out. His parents agreed to come find him. Brandon believed he knew exactly where he was. He told them he was near the small town of Lind. His mother and father got into their truck and headed out into the darkness. What nobody knew at the time was that Brandon wasn't anywhere near Lind. As they drove the roads, searching for him, Brandon stayed on the phone with his father. The conversation lasted 47 minutes. Again and again, Brandon said he could see the lights in the distance. He believed those lights came from Lind. He figured he could simply walk towards town while his parents searched for his vehicle. His father kept telling him to stay where he was, but Brandon continued walking. Meanwhile, his parents drove up and down the roads, flashing their headlights several times. Several times, Brandon claimed he could see them. His parents insisted they couldn't see him. The situation became increasingly strange. How could Brandon see their lights, but they couldn't see him? How could they be so close and yet completely miss each other? Neither side understood what was happening. As Brandon walked through the darkness, he crossed gravel roads, fields, and rough terrain while continuing to talk to his father. Then, without warning, everything changed. His father suddenly heard Brandon say 2 words, "Oh shit." There was a brief sound, then silence. The call disconnected. At first, his father assumed Brandon had dropped the phone. He immediately called back. No answer. He called again. Nothing. And again, straight to voicemail. The phone never connected again. By morning, Brandon's family knew something was terribly wrong. Search teams were assembled, and investigators began looking for him. It didn't take long to discover something shocking. Brandon had been completely mistaken about his location. His car wasn't near Lind at all. It was found miles away, near another small town. That meant the entire search the night before had been happening in the wrong area. His parents had been looking for him where they thought he was. Brandon had been trying to guide them from somewhere else entirely. The realization raised even more questions. If Brandon didn't know where he was, where had he actually been walking? What had he seen in the darkness? And what caused him to suddenly yell those final words? Searchers combed the countryside. They searched fields, ditches, wooded areas, nearby waterways. Tracking dogs were brought in. Volunteers spent countless hours looking for any signs of the missing teenager. Nothing. No backpack, no phone, no clothing, no footsteps that led to any answers, just empty landscape and a mystery. One theory suggests Brandon accidentally fell into a river after his final words. The area contained waterways and difficult terrain that would have been dangerous to navigate in complete darkness. It's certainly possible, but despite years of searching, no definitive evidence has ever been found to prove that theory. Others believe he may have suffered an injury and became disoriented. Again, investigators can't rule it out. The problem is that most every explanation runs into the same obstacle. Brandon simply vanished. No confirmed sightings after, no confirmed evidence of foul play either, and no confirmed explanation for what happened after those final words. His disappearance eventually became one of the most famous missing person cases in America, not because of what investigators found, but because of what they didn't. Most cases leave clues. This one almost left none. A young man calls his parents for help. He spends nearly an hour talking to them. He's close enough to see the lights, close enough to believe he's on his way to safety. Then he says, "Oh shit," and disappears forever. More than a decade later, nobody knows what Brandon Swanson saw that night, and nobody knows what happened after the phone went dead. If you made it this far, let me know what you think happened to Brandon Swanson. Did searchers somehow miss a crucial piece of evidence, or is there another explanation that nobody has considered? Leave your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed deep dives into strange disappearances, unsolved mysteries, and cases that still don't have answers, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the most terrifying mystery are the ones that really happened. Goodbye. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm gonna be playing some horror games and other games right now. I'm playing Star Wars Survivors. So if you wanna go see that, go follow me on Twitch. Alright, see ya.